Good day. This is the fifth video in a series on lesson planning. In this video, I want to talk to you about constructive alignment. This is such an important part of lesson planning, but it seems to be something that our students struggle with a lot. So let's break it down. What do I want my learners to know? How will my learners learn it? And how will I know whether they have learned it? When we think about constructive alignment, this diagram sets it out very nicely. We start off with the intended learning outcomes. From this, we go to assessment first before we worry about teaching and learning activities. So if I want you to learn a certain piece of content today, how am I as a teacher going to regulate whether you have indeed learned that? Am I going to use informal assessment in my class? Am I going to ask questions throughout my lesson? Am I going to give you a worksheet? What homework am I going to give you? And then the third part of constructive alignment, if you remember, is the learning and teaching activities. The how am I going to teach the material? So this is then broken down to what will the teacher do in the class and what will the learner do to meet the outcome. And part of what the teacher will do and part of what the learner will do is assessment. Because as I teach my lesson and I ask questions, I am both doing a teaching activity and I am assessing. And that is why we can never separate these three. So as we progress through lesson planning, we need to ask ourselves the whole time, am I constructively aligning? Am I keeping these three basic questions in mind?